I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
starving. I've been doing like a juice cleanse basically, and
Okay.
solid food is just it's missed. It's missed.
How long is the cleanse for?
So basically, what I'm doing is 5 days a week. I am just drinking juices and maybe having
Okay.
a lean protein for dinner. And then on the weekends, I could kind of like do my thing, if you will. But
Right.
just trying to drop some unnecessary pounds for Halloween costumes.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a weight loss thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a way.
Yeah.
I gotta have some type of definition for the Halloween costume this year.
What do I really want to do? I want
The
to eat.
Halloween costume. It wouldn't be Angelo without the Halloween costume
Without some
prep.
type
That's
of
true.
ridiculous
It's his
wrestling
day.
costume that I have to walk around scantily clad for.
Correct.
I kind of want a party this year because I want to be Tony Perkis for
Yo,
Halloween.
do that shit.
Yeah.
I want like the bike out, but like the Tony Perkis post imprisonment.
I almost want to I want to
Right.
gain weight now, so I could just like be part of the crew. Like if you could just pull
Oh,
out
so
a scale,
I can yell at you until you get off the scale.
get on the scale, get off the scale.
Get
Well,
off
actually-
the scale.
Oh god,
That would be
classic.
hilarious. Like big group costume, just everyone characters from heavyweights.
Ramel, you can be Lars.
Yeah, Lars.
Buddy!
Body. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Small Screen Society. We are here. We are back. We are live.
Yes.
It is episode 95 or 6.
I think it's 5
I
because the
think
last
it's
thing I saw on the calendar was 94.
I think it's 95. I think you're right.
yeah, but it's actually 96 because we did the Nickelodeon episode, which was 95.
Okay, so this is 96.
This is 96. Yeah, so we are here. We are going to try something a little different today. We are going to do something a little bit fresh and new.
There's no way in hell this
I will-
works.
There's going to be technical difficulties.
I really
on this.
hope there aren't technical difficulties. I want this to go so well because I think one of the things I've been absolutely missing from the Small Screen Society is trailer reactions.
Right.
And so, that's Cat's Eye. That's what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
Sorry, I walked right into it. This is our first trailer reaction for The Matrix Resurrections, as it's called.
Mm-hmm.
The new film in the Matrix franchise. I have not many expectations from this trailer because I think this is one of those films that was announced and I was like, okay.
Right.
And the Wachowski siblings, to be fair, the only thing that they've come out with, Sense8 was the only thing they've come out with since The Matrix that I liked.
Okay.
On Netflix. The Jupiter's, I think it's like Jupiter's Legacy or Jupiter Rising or something like that. Wasn't too into that.
Right.
So I'm really hoping that this is great. This also has Yahya Abdul-Mateen in it, Mateen the second in it. So he's our Black Manta / Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. Ramel, if you remember him.
Yes. Correct.
Big talent. He's also in Candyman, which we'll review next week because we still need to make sure that we watch that. So he's big upcoming star. The characters from the last films are in this again. So
I mean, the cast looks pretty good.
Cast looks good. I'm looking at this right now, Ramel, as we have it open. 10 million views in 9 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a bad little
Not
bit
at
of
all.
a
Not at all.
first impression on this trailer.
Here's my first problem with this, though. It says in theaters, it releases December 22nd, which means that The Matrix is not avoiding the Warner Brothers HBO plague of the dual release on HBO Max and theaters.
Very true. Very true.
Well, they said they were gonna do this all year.
All year, yes.
Right.
So I thought this one was gonna get away with it, but clearly it won't.
Right.
That sucks. So that could affect its performance, but let's at least watch the trailer.
I don't think as much as WB has kind of failed this year with that in-app release for these movies. This is The Matrix, and the first that Matrix was way more popular than, let's say, for example, a Suicide Squad 1.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm concerned about would you go to theater? COVID aside, would you go to theaters and pay for it, or would you just stay home and you can watch it for free?
Oh no!
The
Of course,
latter.
more people are going to just stay home and watch it. It's not not a question.
Which is why I feel bad, because whatever box office performance this movie makes, I don't think will be representative of the actual pull for the IP.
Right. And they're not getting and they're not doing the Disney like $30 for like the one
it's
movie
just
thing.
if you have an HBO Max subscription,
Yeah,
you can watch the movie.
Right.
So hopefully, let's look at the trailer. Let's see if it pulls any strings to wanna go see it in theaters.
Okay.
Ramel, I believe you have the controls to this.
All right,
will we have technical difficulties? Let's find
We're gonna find out.
We'll see. All right, hold on.
I'm so scared.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
I mean, this
All right.
Thomas,
Okay.
Kitty.
cats. I'm in.
particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
Doogie Howser, got it. Love it.
MPH baby.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really remember much of the third movie.
Jesus Christ.
Is it?
I mean,
is this the Matrix or
Keanu
John
looks
Wick?
awesome.
Use that word in here.
Yeah, I was gonna
John
say
Wick
this is
shit.
just basically John Wick. Love this. Love this
soundtrack's
already.
already
Very Riddler colors. Love it.
Comic relief for the
Okay.
duck. Got it.
The one took it out of him, I guess.
Didn't he die in the third one?
This song
Yeah.
makes sense. The red pill.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I forgot about this whole red pill thing, blue pill thing.
See, the whole thing is, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during both Matrix Reloaded and the third one.
Yeah,
So this
weren't
might
good.
just
they weren't
go
good. They weren't good. I think the first one was really the only one that
The
I
first
remember
one was
kind
fire.
of. Yeah.
Is
Either
he
that or-
asleep again?
I think you just got a pill problem, bro.
Remember, the red pill wakes you up, and he's visit.
Okay, a little old. Okay, this is.
Let's
Oh
go.
shit! Oh
Morpheus?
shit!
Oh, is he playing Morpheus?
He's playing Morpheus. He's got to be. There's okay. So clearly we're going into some kind of time
Just some
in and
time
out of
warp here.
time
Absolutely.
warping. He's playing maybe a younger Morpheus. That guy.
Damn.
matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up.
You don't know me.
Classic Keanu type lines.
That's actually very good casting for a younger Morpheus. He
absolutely, yeah.
He has a.
Okay, nice little martial arts type fights. I mean, already I can tell that like, I mean, this is just visually gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
there we go. Some
Okay.
fucking shapeshifter type dudes. Are we gonna get a cliche Matrix?
There better be that
slow mo.
Better be.
Okay. Sprinklers and gunfire is very
Okay.
Matrix.
Very Matrix. A lot of water droplets.
There we go. We got some stuff happening here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Jesus. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh my God! The fucking missile bending.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Oh, it's this guy.
Holy shit.
It's that guy. That's the guy from
Jonathan Groff from a lot of stuff,
Groff,
but he was
Resurrections.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
So initial thoughts is I don't know what the plot is.
No idea. I literally have no idea.
I have no idea.
That's good, I guess.
It looks like they're drawing a lot on some of the older ones, the original for sure. They're drawing on a lot of those effects, a lot of those visuals. So
Right.
The
that's
staple,
comforting.
the staple stuff. The
Yeah,
staple
the
stuff.
classic-
it's not
yeah,
broke,
yeah,
don't
exactly,
fix
yeah.
it type thing. I got
Right.
it.
I mean, you know that you're gonna have to. I mean, the look of Keanu in the movie is just very obvious. Like, when they made this movie, they were like, "Hey, we got to do this now because Keanu is kind of like at a high right now because of
You gotta
the
strike when
John
you're high.
Wick movies.
Yeah.
So why not keep him looking the same? Keep him looking just as cool. Let's do it. Like, this is basically looks like it's John Wick 4.
Which I'm fine with.
I'm
I'm fine with that. Guns,
Yeah.
Wick, it's in. Very hot.
Look,
very hot.
Very hot. Yeah.
For me, for a first trailer, it looks decent. I am the PC member of this Trinity, so I will just say it.
PC member.
I am the PC member of this Trinity, and I will just say it. do the original Morpheus not want to come back, or did you guys just insist on a younger Morpheus? Just because he's older doesn't mean he can't get down with the Matrix.
Well, I mean, here's my thing, Gab. They're not going to reveal all the secrets in the first trailer.
So especially if this
Good
is going
point.
back
So-
in time, if we're going back
I
in
think
time.
I think what they're trying to give us is okay. They're trying to maybe fool us a little bit. Looks like he's
Right.
dressed like Morpheus.
Little
Could be a
swerve.
younger Morpheus. Could be a different dimension Morpheus. Whatever.
Could be a
But
son.
we're
We
definitely
don't know.
gonna get the original Morpheus. There's no
I agree.
way that the
I agree.
actor was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do this for a nice blockbuster movie."
I really hope he does come back. Oh, and we're also just assuming that Abdul Mateen is playing Morpheus.
Yes,
but
this
that
is
could
entirely
be-
assumption because he does look like he would be a younger Morpheus.
It's
I
got
wish our
that
producer
vibe.
would be here so he could fact check that to see who he's played. We hired this new producer and he's out not doing his job.
I don't know if we had that in the payroll, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think that we had fact checking in the payroll.
Well, we're gonna have to amend the contract because I need some fact.
I can't wait. He's
checks.
gonna end up just stumbling on camera. I hope he trips
Yeah.
on something and just knocks the bookshelf behind Gabe over.
Yeah.
You know, cliche
I'm
comedy.
literally trying to
things
see
there.
like who everyone's
from what
playing.
I don't see.
Nope.
No,
There's
there's no
confirm-
name. There's no name.
There's no
He's just in it.
confirmation as to who he's playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it just says
that's
his name.
Okay.
That's why. I mean, look, they're not going to reveal the secrets so like early on. They're just
right.
They're just not. So if that is what we're going to get, hey,
I'm sure there's going to be a mindfuck in here. The first one was a mindfuck.
100%.
A great one.
Yeah.
The first movie basically predicted the dystopian future of the internet, which is absolutely what the path we've gotten on
right.
Since '99. Being that
99 was when the first one came out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't think I've
Yes.
seen this movie since
No
high school.
way,
So
bro.
it's been at least 15 years since I've seen.
We're gonna have to revisit all three movies.
I have to.
and do an
Absolutely.
episode
And
on
do
it,
an
yes.
episode on The Matrix, all three movies.
Damn, let's do
Because-
In December, when we get close to that
Yeah.
release date, we should
Yes,
watch the
absolutely,
original
100%,
trilogy and
because
do an episode.
There's no way
Yeah.
that we're gonna be able to
Can't be-
lead up to
yeah.
this and not,
we have to
Have it
remember-
fresh.
yeah, it's got to be
It has
fresh.
fresh.
I don't care how
Okay.
crude the graphics look because they're gonna be crude.
Yeah.
But
Ramel, you asked a question during the trailer. Yes, in the original trilogy, both Trinity and Neo die.
yeah, that's
So-
one of the things that I remembered.
How they're here and alive,
Resurrection, baby.
It's beyond us, but again, it's called Resurrection.
unless they didn't die. And because here's the thing, Neo died basically with the machines.
Right.
In their possession, and he basically died to create peace because he went in and he went back in to fight Agent Smith, who had gotten out of control for the machines, basically
Correct.
like a virus that they couldn't get control of.
Right.
So he went in, Dragon Ball Z fought him,
Right.
and then wiped him out, and that's how the machines agreed to a truce between machines and humans. We won't fight more if you do this solid for us, and we can all live in harmony.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay.
now, all these years later, because he died in the grasp of the machines, maybe they plugged him back into the Matrix.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that may.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
I really, to be honest, I don't remember even a small scene of
man.
at least the third.
Okay,
There's
the third
not
was
much
my
I
least
get.
favorite, but I remember it. I remember
Yeah,
it pretty
yeah.
good.
So I gotta me revisiting these movies is gonna probably be me watching them for the first time. To be honest.
Yeah. I'm
The
agreeing
third
with you.
takes place a lot in Zion and the real world.
Okay. Okay.
Where the second felt like the most fan servicey of what made the first one
Jesus.
iconic.
Mhm.
I will also
The second.
say,
You think the second one was more iconic than the first?
no. It did a lot of fan service on elements that made the first.
That made the first one
iconic.
iconic. Okay.
So, but then the third one tells the more nitty gritty war battle story of Zion against.
Was there a
Zion against the machines.
long? Was there a long gap
Hiatus
between the movies?
Between 1 and 2, your regular gap, but 2 and 3 were released months apart.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Because
I'm assuming they
ended
probably filmed
they
them at
made
the same
them-
time.
Yeah, because 2 and 3 were a to be continued thing. 2 ended with a to be continued situation.
Okay.
I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna lie,
So
man.
Matrix. Oh yeah, so Matrix, 1999, March of '99, and then the second one was Matrix Reloaded,
Mm-hmm.
which was May of 2003,
Right, that makes sense.
and then the last one was November of 2003.
Yeah, they were months apart. They were like
So,
because
okay.
they were like a feature thing.
Dude, it's crazy.
wow.
The only thing I remember about the second one is they came out with like a green apple Powerade, and that's all I wanted to get in the theater was a big ass popcorn and this Powerade with like the Matrix numbers on it. That's all I remember.
Can we talk for a second about marketing? I feel like in the early 2000s and 90s, like much better than now.
Yeah.
Like marketing for movies was like a Batman's coming out. You're gonna get at McDonald's cups, plates,
dude. I just spent
all kinds of crazy shit.
I just spent $35 on eBay on Batman the movie, like a French fry holder, bag, and cup from.
Bro, they don't do these things anymore.
Yeah, like the McDonald's branding was black and yellow. It was crazy.
Yeah, like the themed popcorn. Like give us the take home like cups that like are collectible cups. There's no collectible things anymore.
They knew what they could get away with.
Yeah.
My first movie memory of that is when Ramel, when you went to go see with your parents Terminator 2, and you guys came back with the merch.
The merch, man, the fucking merch.
You came out with that Terminator merch, and I was like, where did you guys go?
The Batman Forever had mad merch.
Mad
merch.
I still have the glasses from McDonald's. The glasses. I have a shirt from I remember the epitome of it. Small Soldiers could have been the worst fucking movie ever.
Yes,
but Burger King's marketing of it made me want to see it.
Wild West. I had the glasses. Movie. I had the glasses that Will Smith wears, and I was like, these are fucking sick. Like the movie was fucking terrible.
Steampunk shit.
Yeah,
but we were all hyped for it because fast food made us believe.
Fast food did everything.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it just, I feel like marketing was more physical back then instead of like. I mean, obviously now we're in this digital age, so everything is all visual bullshit.
Bro,
I miss that.
I think I like Halloween so much because I vividly remember going to McDonald's and the Happy Meals came in like buckets that you could, and then after you're done with this
trick or treating,
take trick or treating, and I had all of them. I had the money, Frankenstein, the purple thing, Grimace, I had them all.
Bro,
I think I still do.
I pay attention sometimes when I walk into a McDonald's, which is a lot, and I pay attention to the fucking toys that they have for Happy Meals.
I didn't even know they still gave toys. I thought it was apples now.
It's so garbage. It's trash.
Dude, and that was the thing. Like, you would walk into a McDonald's, and I think this is a meme that's going on now, that it's like, look at what they've done to McDonald's, and it's like, it was like, back in the day in the 90s, like, characters everywhere, and it was bright colors, and now it's like, tamed and depressing and kind of neutral.
It sucks, dude. It sucks.
Like, you would walk into McDonald's and you would get stoked to see what they had in that toy. You would get stoked. And even if it was like an off period thing where they weren't like marketing a movie or a cartoon or something, even their own character line was cool
awesome
and fun and like it made you want it. So marketing was
our weekly the 90s was better than any time period
anytime
talk. We do that at least once every episode. We discuss something that was better than the 90s.
Can you tell that we're millennials?
If we do this Matrix thing, let's just turn it into an After Dark episode. Let's get some booze in us, and
I'm gonna wear a black suit, black tie, and dark glasses for that episode.
I'm gonna dress like just Morpheus,
or
just full length leather,
full leather.
Ew! Can you imagine? Like I come in like a full leather suit,
slick back the fucking greasy hair.
All you hear is a.
Like I basically want to be that character from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. That guy, the freak.
That's how that's going.
So Crocs, leather jackets.
Good reaction. Good trailer. I'm excited for it.
I think the trailer, in my honest opinion, I think the trailer is fine. It's a decent first trailer. I don't think, for me personally, it inspired anything to get me to theaters if I know that it's going to release on HBO Max for free.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how a second trailer comes out, because I'm sure there'll be a second one before the December 22nd release. But for right now, for me, my vote is watch at home. I don't see... I think, and then it'll also come down to the critic score, the Rotten Tomato score of what we get, and the buzz that are closer to the release date.
Right.
But for now, my vote, we can't give the trailer a score, so I'll just say my score is watch at home.
I mean, the thing is, like, also, like, right, we're kind of, because of this weird, awkward period of, like, movies possibly being at home, or in theaters. The trailer isn't going to sell me on watching a movie in theaters or not. Exactly. It's whether or not I really like the idea or the thing that the movie is about.
Mm-hmm.
So, The Matrix it's a movie that I liked back then, but it was not a movie like I don't know, Bad Boys 2 that I was like, I need to go see the new one in theaters because I really like this one.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just that hasn't changed. So regardless of whether or not it's in theaters or not, I think, or how good the trailer was, I think either way I was going to just watch it at home if it was available at home.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it gets me more excited to kind of watch the other ones again.
Yes.
Just to bring it into
this. Yes. If anything, it got me excited to watch the other ones, to revisit them, to then be ready for this one.
Yeah, and you know what? After rewatching all three of them, maybe that little spark kind of comes up there. But you know what? I'm kind of jazzed to see this new one. I want to see.
Correct.
So if anything, something like that works. But
if anything,
watching at home.
I'm gonna check on HBO Max to see after this trailer has released if the original trilogy has skyrocketed in the trending page on HBO Max to see if it's
popular, if it's in the popular page.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what's next? Do we want to talk about
I think we should do Shang-Chi, because American Crime Story is going to be weekly.
Yeah, so we'll do the Crime Story last. Gab, you can take away the Shang-Chi. We will discuss.
More than happy to. Am I balding? Okay. So, more than happy to. So, we had the release of the latest film in the MCU, Shang-Chi, starring Simu Liu. I hope I'm saying his name correct. Awkwafina as well, so in a strong supporting role. This is the first MCU movie with an Asian lead. I want to just give it before we go deep dive into the reviews, a quick synopsis. Well, not really a synopsis, just basically it is about the MCU's, or the Marvel's, best martial artist in the world, Shang-Chi. This is a story about family, about a son facing his father's, and legacy, community, and of course kung fu. The thing about this movie I also want to highlight is projections. This movie was projected at about 30 to 40 million for its opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Blew past that. I think this actually ranged between 80 to 90 million for its opening, falling a little bit behind Black Widow. Okay. So not only was the film its opening weekend a box office success, and we'll see how it does for its second weekend, but it's, again, the MCU proving they can do no wrong.
Yeah,
pandemic or not, they get people into seats, and they did it with this movie again. And we need to get DC on Prozac, because this is
it smashes Labor Day box office records with $71 million debut.
Yeah. Okay. 71 million, and Black Widow, I believe, was 80 million. So very strong performance for the first Asian-led MCU movie. Really strong for me personally for this movie.
The record prior to this movie for Labor Day weekend was Halloween, which was in 2007, and that record was 30 million. So this doubled the record for Labor Day weekend release.
Wow. Killed it.
Which is pretty cool.
So that means a new...
I was going to say, this was something that Disney was kind of like toying with, right? This was an experiment about how they were going to release this movie.
Yeah. I mean, because Yeah, I mean, this was they could have gone the same route as had they have been doing with the $30 release on Disney Plus too, but they didn't. They were like, "Fuck it, let's ride."
That's
Well, it
true.
definitely worked
Okay, in
out
that
for
Like,
regard,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah,
yeah. In that regard, Pico, yes, it was an experiment like that. Like, we're just gonna shoot our shot.
in a
Put
COVID
this,
era, that's an experiment because
yeah,
You
exclusively
don't know
to
how that's gonna
theaters
react,
and see
right?
where the
Right.
shit's going with it. Yeah, and if anything though, to me, it means that they should have released it on Disney Plus simultaneously because they lost money.
Right.
The difference between Black Widow and Shang Chi on theater release was only like 9 million.
oh,
If they made 71 million and Black Widow made 80, there's only a $9 million difference for opening weekend numbers, and Black
Right.
Widow had the added revenue
Had
of
both.
of the premium streams.
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
So
But we don't know necessarily because had they released it on TV2, then that possibly would have diminished the numbers for
Right, because it
theater
would be,
releases.
what do you mean on
it's out
what do you
there.
mean on
Like-
TV too?
like if they had released it on Disney Plus as well, then like people like me, I probably wouldn't have gone to theaters to see it.
Right.
Right,
So-
that weekend, knowing
right
that it was
there-
Well, no, but
knowing
that's
that was
the
already
other
out.
but that's the
Yeah.
other experiment is that they didn't really, by putting it exclusively in theaters, yes, it performed,
Right.
breaking those records, but it doesn't show much of a difference about releasing it simultaneously with
correct.
Disney Plus stream and theater release.
Right.
They made about the same. So we'll see for the Eternals, which will definitely keep its date now
Right.
after Shang-Chi's performance, if they'll opt for exclusively theaters or if they'll also give Disney Plus the co-stream. And they moved up Venom's release date also up to October 1st after they saw these numbers. They're like, bring that shit up. Bring that shit up. Before we get too deep into flu season. But yeah, I'm sorry. The movie. I won't be a fanboy. I'm not gonna be like that. I will be honest. For me, the movie was your standard Marvel intro character movie. It had that Marvel formula. The plot just moved where it needed to because that's what we're doing, and we trust in Marvel, so we hold their hand and we let them do what they want with us. So there were a lot of like movements in the plot where I was like, okay, we just need to get here because this is where you're going to show us this specific action that you want to show us, and so the plot just needs to adapt to this specific moment. And to me, that's totally fine. That's what Marvel does, and we know the formula, and it's great. Cast. Shang-Chi actor, fantastic in the role. I'm so glad that he gets to do this for who knows how many years to come. Awkwafina, your typical Awkwafina comedy, hilarious bits.
Right. Good, great comic.
Great.
Yeah, she's great comic relief.
And I was also really pleased for the end to see how they were able to integrate a lot of Chinese mythology and creatures into the MCU. Because things like Kitsune or the Nine
Hold on,
Tails.
Gab, don't tap on the desk.
Oh, you can hear that. Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Seeing the things like the Nine Tails and other creatures in the end.
I
think that's really cool.
When they were walking into that little realm, I was like, whoa. I've seen these things on Pokemon cards for a while. Okay.
They're so nine-tailed foxes are like an actual like mythical creature from like Japan and China and like in Asia. So they actually have like a lot of mythology behind them. So it's not that they took it from Pokemon, but Pokemon took it
of course
from them. Yeah.
But it's just like that's just like my first reaction is whoa, Pokemon.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure. I think a lot of people in the theater were like,
Yeah. I was like, all right, well, where's Bulbasaur? Where's fucking, Charizard and shit?
And they saw like the little one with 3 tails, and they were like, Vulpix.
Yeah. I liked it, man. I thought it was a good movie. I thought I wasn't gonna go into that shit. I wasn't like super excited because obviously it's Marvel, and obviously I don't really fuck with them, but I went into it thinking I'm gonna go see it because I want to support an Asian character, and because just as much as I would like to see a Latino character in a movie like this, I'd like to go and support these minority roles. Right. So I that was just like that was enough for me to really go and support it regardless. But then I saw like some things online before I saw that they were gonna give little kind of nods to like guys like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm in. Let me go. Let me watch it. But I'm not gonna say blown away,
No.
but it was like a nice. It was really good. Like I thought it was good. Like I enjoyed it the whole way. Stacy, who was with me, who does not do anything fantasy. She does not fuck around with anything and that type of stuff. She was like, there were scenes where like they're fighting, and I could feel her like tensing up, like in the seat and like squirming. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so she's like into it. She's into this thing. Engaged. The martial arts scenes were beautiful. You can tell that they definitely took from Jackie Chan, from Bruce Lee, and all the martial art greats, and the way they did it, the choreography was awesome. Just really beautifully done. Very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I thought that was interesting because what I noticed like about the martial arts aspect, it's like his mom's fighting style and like that village represented the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon element. Right. And then his father and all that stuff was like that Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee stuff.
It was more aggressive. And then like
the merger.
Because there wasn't like, he didn't have a lot of like the floating and the, like the spinning your foot and shit like that. And then I mean it was at the end, towards the end, it got a little too fantasy for me, like a little bit.
It did for me too. And I'm
but that's just because like I don't need to see that many mythical creatures. I don't need to see they didn't have to be there for me to make the story any better or anything like that. It was just like, I know that they were just doing that to I think from an aesthetic standpoint, and to try to even get kids more into like the movie. Like, you're gonna put these really visual things. Right. I get that, so I'm not mad at it. It's just like, I didn't need it, and it didn't make it any better, but it didn't make it any worse.
I agree. I think it could have. I think if they had just kept it somehow a little bit more grounded as it was going throughout the whole movie before the third act, and had that final fight really just be him and his father,
right?
For me, that would have been enough.
Right.
But they're like, we need something for the kids.
Yeah. And like, of course, the little fucking like, everything was normal. Everything was normal up until that faceless dog bird thing.
Puff wing, yeah.
And then once I saw that thing, I was like, okay, so they're gonna go there with this.
Yeah, it's bound to get that one.
Like, they're gonna get that. That means that they're gonna go to the realm, and it's gonna be a bunch of crazy shit there. So okay, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's just get there. Let's do it. Let's ride it.
Once you're committed, like, all right, let's just go through
this. And then at that point, I realized, okay, we're definitely gonna get some sort of dragon. I knew a person with dragon.
We got a nice, solid CGI dragon.
But you know what? At the very least, we know that the 10 rings can do a Kamehameha Dragon Ball Z style.
Correct. That's another thing. Wow. As soon as I saw that, I was like, do it. He's loading it up. He's loading the fucking ball up.
The position and everything.
It was awesome.
I signed up for that. I was like, the rings can do that? The rings can do that?
Oh, no, it was good. Good movie. Definitely liked it. Angelo, whatever.
No, yeah. Basically, I can't say anything different than what you said. Again, choreography in the fight scenes, awesome.
Yeah.
The nods, here and there. It's a great kung fu movies, martial art movies of the past. Great touch. I almost found it. I want to say, like, I almost found it almost more vividly appealing or visually appealing than a lot of other martial arts movies. A lot more storytelling, a lot better acting, I guess you could say. Almost more, it kind of drew me in a little bit more than other martial art movies and kung fu movies I've seen. So that I really enjoyed. The actor who played the father, I thought did an absolutely phenomenal job, because there's a lot that goes into that character. That character's got a lot of baggage, I guess you could say, kind of with it. So I think that guy really, for me, stole the show. As great as Simu Lao. Liu. As great as, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name of the producer. Where are you? As great as he was, and he was great. I think the guy who played the father was up there. And I'm
he was good.
Sure
he was good. He was good.
I'm pretty sure he's a pretty accomplished actor internationally, but love seeing him potentially get some more exposure here in the West or the East. Wherever the hell we are, him coming
West
to get some more exposure here, I love that. I think he did a great job. CGI dragons will, I guess, always do it for me. I have a love-hate relationship with them, so it didn't shock me to see that near the end of the film. How deep into this are we getting? Are we spoiling things? Any,
we already said there was a Kamehameha at the end. We're spoiling.
Yeah, we didn't really. Yeah. Pretty much.
What's going on with? I was gonna say there's some cameos. We could say that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Say anything you want.
Yeah.
We
spoil it. We spoil
everything.
What's going on with Hulk, man?
The post credit scene.
He ain't looking too hulky. Is this something?
He had a broken arm.
Right. He's still in the sling.
He had a cast on, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Still in the sling. He looked more human. Like kind of small, not himself, we'll say. So I don't know if that's something that they're playing into. I know that he did
look a little disheveled.
Oh, do you mean like he's no longer like intelligent Hulk anymore?
It looks like he looks more like he's like more human at this point. Like I don't know, like
he's not in the Hulk form.
He's missing that even like in his human form. In some of those other films, I feel like he was a little bit like, I don't know, there was something missing, I guess you could say.
I think it you can see a more disheveled, I mean,
older, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I don't know if it's also like it's been this is after the Endgame shit, correct?
Endgame snap, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so they've all been through some shit.
Also, remember that there's no Tony anymore, so there's no.
There's no Tony Stark, right?
So
right.
Bruce might be the lead now on all like science and research and development and all that stuff now that Tony's absent. So aside from being the Hulk, he probably has to step up and take a more like lead role in a lot of the stuff that Tony probably did before he died.
Right,
makes sense.
So
I'm excited because they're like this MCU. It just seems like it's so vast, right? Like it seems like it's. They have so much they can do. There's different lines here and there. You know, like with people like Loki, anything could fucking happen. Right. It seems like.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it's gonna go in the future, but I'm also kind of sad and sour that most likely we're going to be dead before this whole master plan actually like fulfills itself, and I'm kind of pissed off about that,
bro.
So
yeah.
I mean, like, we saw the whole Infinity Saga.
That took 10 years. I'd like to believe that.
Man.
But look, Marvel Studios is a studio, so regardless if they finish another saga, like they got to keep going because they're a full-fledged studio, so they got to keep pulling things out of their ass. Yeah. My thing is, I just want to live long enough to make sure that I see to the end of the golden age of superhero movies. Before they become irrelevant, oversaturated, and people stop going to see them. Right. I think about Marvel movies, and this is no shade. No. They've just become so part of our culture and our routine that people will always go and support Marvel movies, regardless of quality. And I think that's just for me.
But I think also it's not to cut you off, but I think the glimmer of hope, or not like I think that the end game for people when they go to see these movies isn't even just like to go see the movies. It's to see how they're going to connect to the bigger thing at the end.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care. A lot of times, like most of the time, I'm not going to go see Doctor Strange, But
Right.
I'm going to go see it now because I want to know what the hell they're leading up to. And now I want to figure out the clues. I want to follow the breadcrumbs to get to the end, to get to the big fucking huge finale. And I want to know what happens and what is going on at the end there.
Exactly.
To be honest, like, I think that honestly trumps my previous comment. I think that it really is more of what it is. I think that Marvel has just established such a interconnected universe that we want to know how it all connects.
Correct.
And that being said, I this isn't a diss at the movie. I liked the post-credit scene more than the whole movie.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Where we found out that the rings are giving off a beacon, and we don't know who or what it's trying to reach.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like,
well, that's the thing. So you're basically getting, you're eating through a big ass fucking cake to get to the little gold nugget in the middle. You know what I mean? Like you're getting, all you want to get to is that thing at the end.
Piece.
But want to know what makes this actually genius of Kevin Feige is that he essentially in film format created what comic books do. In comics, you read individual titles in anticipation of the crossover events.
Right.
You want to get to the crossover.
Yeah, because an individual small comic is not a robust thing.
No, it's not the end all be all. You're following a specific character or a group, and then when you get to the crossover event, that one it's like, oh shit. That's when shit so like, so he's done the same thing with the MCU movie.
That's actually a great comparison because that's kind of how I feel watching these movies.
It's
like I'm watching them because I know that I have to get to that thing. And when I was even when I used to read comics. It was like, oh, I'm watching, I'm reading Flash, comic 37 out of 100. But it's like this one particular here is going to maybe have 2 boxes in it that are going to really tell me like what's going on in the bigger picture. The rest is kind of just like a comic.
And you're scared that if you don't keep up with the individual titles, come the crossover, you're not going to understand.
You're not going to understand. So you don't want to miss a clue because you don't want to be the idiot at the end going, wait, but why is that there?
That's me currently with all the X-Men titles. A lot of them have lost me, and I haven't read, but I know before the next crossover event in October, I'm like for Inferno, I'm like I need to literally read everything to make sure I know where everyone is at before this fucking event starts. And it's like, but I don't care. A lot of the books, I'm like, I just don't get. None of these are that good anymore.
Scores for Shang Chi. Am I saying it right?
For me, Shang Chi. For me, it's a 7.
7. I actually like 7. I think a 7 is a good score.
I'll piggyback off both of you with the 7.
Yeah, I think a 7 is a decent score. It's fair score. Not great, but also definitely not bad.
No, just a good.
It's a good movie. It's an average movie. It's an average movie.
Yeah. An
average
MCU.
An average superhero movie for sure.
Yeah.
You're
gonna
get, cool. You know what you're gonna get out of it. Get out of it.
I mean, it's not like it's
Jesus
not
Christ.
like
this guy just will not get over this.
I'm just glad that they're that we just have comic book movies that aren't about pushing the envelope or taking creative risks, that we can all just watch really safe titles.
Listen, you know what? I will tell you this. I understand that DC movie sucks, and we're not going to discuss this because we always discuss this for way too long.
Yeah,
But all I'm going to say is, watching this movie, it makes me appreciate more of what DC does, not because the DC movies are good, but because they try different shit.
Right. Yeah.
And at the very least, you're giving us like a rated R ensemble fucking hero movie. You're giving us, a crazy Joker, a psycho movie. Like you're giving us different things, and that's more refreshing sometimes than seeing a good average movie 15 times.
Yeah, like for me, people are like, "Oh, Shang-Chi is special because it's the first Asian-led MCU movie," and you're right. That is a special moment, but that doesn't mean that the film in itself is groundbreaking.
Correct. Yeah.
I think what we need to do, and I hope that we continue to evolve in, is not tokenism, continue to make films that have diverse leads, so that we can start to get to a place where we take that for granted and start rating and discussing the quality of the story, the ambition of the direction, the risk taken in the script, and stuff like that. So
well, we can hope. I mean, I'm assuming, and hopefully this is what they do, is that yes, these first ones have a little bit of those like cliche things for that particular culture, but by the time you get to the sequels, you're opening it up more because you've already established what it is. Like I can't wait for Black Panther 2 because I want to see what they're going to do, how they're going to make Wakanda differently, how they're going to handle the whole thing, and give us that culture kind of in a different way that isn't like, you know, a basic setup. But yeah, so good movie. Let's finish off with, as Gab likes to call it crudely, Come Watch.
Come watch.
That's it. Bottle that up. Like get that audio, because that's what we need.
Yes.
Come watch.
Ew, dude.
I'll bring the milk.
Ew. Okay, so Impeachment, American Crime Story, Impeachment. First episode dropped 2 days ago.
Yes.
Or
no, yesterday.
Last night. Or
no,
wait,
2 days ago.
2
You're
days
right.
ago,
Sorry,
2
it
days
was 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago.
This is the first episode of season 3 of this anthology series.
American Crime Story.
I don't know who the creator is. Gab, you know the name. I don't know.
Ryan Murphy.
Right off the bat, whoa! Like I spent almost the entire episode Googling.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that what I was watching wasn't just like entirely fucking made up. And it wasn't.
Yeah, man. Because when you really think about it, I think I don't even know what grade we were in. We were in 5th, 6th grade. We're not even.
It was 90. So 96 was the after 23 months period of the episode.
Yeah, so we were like freaking like children. So this
started in like 93, 92, 93.
So and there was so much that go into this. Like you have that Foster suicide. You have Travelgate. You have Whitewater. There's stuff that I just thought that Bill Clinton got some dome, and that was it. I thought
it was just that. I thought it was like, oh, he fucked around with his secretary. Hey, man, we're humans. It is what it is.
We're humans.
We're fine.
Like he fell into temptation. You know, it is what it is.
No,
I thought that's what it was, but it was a whole bigger thing.
So much more.
Absolutely not. The first.
I was gonna say.
What was the name? What was the name of the girl that got Linda Tripp's job? Who the president?
Kathleen something.
Made forced a kiss on, because
Kathleen,
I want that information stat, and if that is a true story, because what we have here is Bill Clinton is a pervert.
Well,
Called
but that out.
This isn't I just really liked her. No, this first episode lets you know that this guy is disgusting.
But yeah, exactly. You see that.
The best part is that he was only in the episode for like 30 seconds.
30 seconds, and
I was like, "You're a gross."
Yeah. Now all of those jokes that kind of come out, where like you'll see memes of like Bill like kind of like glancing at somebody, and it's no longer all senile old Bill. It's like, no, this guy was a predator, and this is an issue. He was
the president of the United States.
Right.
Yeah. So this guy, it definitely takes away a lot of the, not to say that he was looked at as like a cool guy, but he kind of was for a little while.
But because it's like, oh wow, Bill, man,
fucking Bill, that horn dog, you know what I mean?
But now it's like,
he was pretty scummy.
I think you're leading into something I think is actually very important, and why this show I think is so special. In the first episode, I think I forgot the other victim's name.
Paula Jones.
I think Paula Jones is the name of the real woman.
the one that like she's like he put his business all out there open in the air, and she does the press conference.
The one who drew his dick,
the one with the big ass nose.
Yes, thanks, Ron.
Yes,
It's there. It's there. She was low key hilarious in this whole thing. Like she was very good.
Yeah, she was hilarious.
And her
with her husband too, like just wanting a role in a movie, just like doing this just for that fucking role in a movie.
If he apologizes, get me a shot on this movie, I'm good. Saves the marriage.
I saw that. I'm like, God. But you don't care about your wife
so much sense.
No, he doesn't give a fuck about her at all.
Sense for that time period.
Yeah,
but sure. I think about the time period, I think what makes this show prominent and special for the time that it's coming out and how they're depicting it is that we have evolved from how we interpreted that story then and how we interpret it now. And the Paula's 100%. Press conference thing at the CPAC, that was actually a really great representation of it, where the instinct is to doubt the woman, to put this pressure on her, and they did a really good job of just kind of hinting at the difficulty there has to be in not just coming forward about these things, but what it ultimately does to you individually by doing so, what it can do to your marriage, because the husband keeps going on about how like everyone at work makes fun of him now. What it can do to you in the public eye. And this is the president of the United States. This isn't like a random island in the Pacific. This is literally like
the most powerful man,
powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And this is who whipped out his dick to you in a hotel room.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think that this is a very prominent time to tell this story, the Monica Lewinsky story.
I agree.
And to give her, and by no means, and I appreciate reading some of the headlines. Sorry, Fika, I just want to I appreciate some of the things that she's said in interviews, about the experience and how she does take responsibility for like the people that cheer, because she was a participant in it.
Right.
But I'm happy that now this story is being told at a time where we understand in that duality of a much older man, president of the United States, in power with a 22-year-old female intern, who has the responsibility of boundaries and respectability in that kind of a dynamic, and who should be practicing like the rules of how these interactions should go. So I'm really excited to see how they depict that relationship, at which Monica Lewinsky is a producer on this show.
Yeah,
she had a hand in it. Yeah. So I'm
which
really
is great.
To see that.
I just on first glance, like I hope it doesn't turn into Linda Tripp being like the main focus of everything, because it seems like that Linda Tripp character, or the person, kind of was just always had it seems like she had something to prove to everyone, like
like the first episode was
in the West Wing, exactly, like I had a top secret clearance and I did this and I did that, and it's like someone that I guess when she first meets Monica at the Pentagon, Monica's looking for a friend, she's looking for an outlet. Tripp basically takes this as I can get information to sell to a book. And and it's like it's weird, because I hope that doesn't shift into the focus of it's all about kind of railroading this person who I believe has passed away. So the dead can't really.
Because she's not here. Yeah.
I also didn't know that was
Linda. She passed away. Yeah.
Okay.
I also didn't know that was Sarah Paulson at all.
Bro, Sarah Paulson continues to kill it in these shows.
Killing it
in these shows.
Unbelievable.
Like
killing it.
Like the woman just refuses to quit on like being a stellar actress in these fucking crime shows.
No, she's great.
It's awesome.
She's like, she's Ryan Murphy's secret weapon. She can play the shit. I think out of all the she wasn't in Versace.
No. I don't believe so.
She wasn't in Versace. She was
in the first one. She was in the first one.
She was in the first one, but she's also done a lot of the American Horror Story.
American Horror Story.
Well.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's very prominent in that. So I think I think she should get Emmy nominated. Honestly, just from the first.
I mean, look, the first episode. So like off of what Angela was saying, it did focus a lot on her, and I hope that the show overall isn't just focused on just her process throughout this whole thing,
Right.
because it kind of the first episode, at the end of the first episode, it didn't make it like I understand that Bill comes off as the creep and the scumbag, which he is, but it paints more of a picture of her using that grudge to like take down all these women that
Right.
like were harassed, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
right. It almost
like I feel like
pulls the clout.
yeah, it's just like I feel like I just don't want the show to do this the whole season and make it seem like this was all happening just because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's kind of in this like not villain, but like this is.
I think she's definitely a villain. I mean, we'll see how it.
I just don't think that I don't think that she should be portrayed as like the only villain here. Bill is the bad guy here, and then I'm assuming that there's also going to be episodes where Hillary is going to be in it, and she wasn't the greatest person either. Mm-hmm. So I just like I hope that they maybe focus different episodes on different people, and then kind of like at the end, which I think they probably
tie
will.
it together. They usually do such like they're usually pretty good with that type of thing. They know how to.
The first two seasons did that pretty well.
But
I think this one just had to really focus on Linda Tripp specifically because she is the catalyst that starts.
Correct. Yeah.
Starts,
Right.
Gosh, she sucks. I really don't like that woman. I mean, the rest of the people, like, I don't know.
I mean,
she's a cloud chick. She's a person from the first episode when it was clearly trying to tell, and you see that. And I really got that moment from the White House boxed M&Ms when she took them at the lunch. She feels a sense of prestige and power to just be in the peripheral of power. She's someone who wants to keep powerful people close, even though she's not the one executing powerful things. And she believes herself to be superior, above, even though like that one person calls her out in the garage, like it's an entry level position.
Right.
Like your position isn't that strong or high,
isn't that important
in the White House.
Exactly.
And what she wants is some kind of recognition and power. And I think what the show at least is depicting is that she's going to use the Monica Lewinsky situation to just basically promote herself. Exactly. P.S. SNL did a lot of Linda Tripp and Monica Lewinsky sketches in the 90s. I've started to watch them, so it's interesting to now
good call to go revisit those.
Revisit that time on Saturday Night Live.
I'm gonna do that right after we're done here.
It's interesting to watch it. Like, well, what was SNL's take on the whole
John Goodman? John Goodman was playing
Linda Tripp.
That's
very mean.
Very mean. But again,
definitely.
Let's see
that.
Yeah, I think. I have a Bonnie, whatever her name is, Fieldman.
Who's playing Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah, I think she's doing a pretty good job so far. Feldstein.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Clive Owen is going to be Bill.
Yeah, that's going to be
because
that's going to be tricky.
We only got that small little snippet, and he only said like one line. But because
one tricky thing about Bill Clinton and anyone trying to play him is to do his voice and not be aiming comedically.
Right.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to do his voice and it comes off as just trying to be funny.
Bill.
Yeah, that Bill drawl. That's a pervert.
It's like a southern pervy drawl.
It's very perv. It's very pervy.
And Edie Falco, my goddess, I'm so excited to see her as Hillary.
They always have him doing like.
Yeah.
Just like funny ass fucking faces.
So I'm like really excited to see that depiction from both Edie Falco and Clive Owen.
Yeah, I'm excited for Edie Falco as well. I can't wait for us to get like a Hillary episode, which I know we're gonna get. So
yeah. Excited for it.
Okay, man, this is a good first episode. I don't have really much else to say. We kind of get the ball rolling on the season and see what kind of plays out.
Every Tuesday on FX.
Every Tuesday. So next week, obviously, we'll have episode 2. Next week, we will also review Candyman.
Yeah, we'll get to Candyman next week.
And kind of whatever else shows up. If there's any trailers that drop or whatever, we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
All right.
All right, boys. That's it for me.
Sounds good.
All right,
Until
brothers. Catch
Later,
y'all
y'all.
next week. Peace.
Peace.